True Beauty is a 2018 webtoon by Yaongyi. Undoubtedly one of the most popular, and a tad overhyped, webtoons on the Line Webtoon app. Having over 1 billion views, 7.5 million subscriptions in a Kdrama and anime adaptation, it is often seen as one of the biggest trademarks of Webtoon. At first glance of the story, True Beauty may appear somewhat cliché, with a thin plotline and a surprisingly light tone for a story of a serious message. However, there's more to the surface, just like its main protagonist. This coming-of-age story questions the audience. What is true beauty? Criticizing lookism and Korean society's hypocritical beauty standards. Its K-drama adaptation, on the other hand, overly relies on comedy and fails to seriously address the original's message. Hi, I'm Sua, and welcome to the first episode of Feels Like Literature, where I review and analyze stories across media to find what makes a classic. True Beauty follows the life of In-jae-kyung, from her high school years to adulthood, and explores her experiences of lookism, fears of having her bare face revealed, and insecurities of being judged for trying to have a better social life by using makeup. With an unattractive appearance and unpopular taste in horror comics and rock music, Choo-kyung was bullied by other girls in middle school. After searching through online forums and watching tutorials, she learned to use makeup to change her appearance and make herself appear more beautiful. With a fresh start in a high school far away, she discovered that her social standing had radically risen with her newfound beauty, leading her to be hailed as a goddess among her classmates. But a new life comes with new challenges, when a cold but handsome fellow student named Suho learns her secret, threatening her peaceful existence. Through Choo-kyung's story, True Beauty criticizes society's hypocrisy on beauty standards. A person is criticized when they are perceived as ugly, but they are also criticized for being fake when they use other means to become beautiful. This is expressed in the webtoon through Choo-kyung's persistent fear of her bare face being exposed. It is most dramatically shown when Suho, the only one at school who knows her bare face, confronts her, and Choo-kyung gets on her knees and begs him not to tell anyone. Choo-kyung's insecurity reflects her desire to belong in society by following its beauty standards and maintaining a public image to live a happier life. But in reality, it leads her to fall deeper into a pit of guilt and anxiety for hiding the truth from her friends and the general public. In addition, True Beauty warns against judging others by their looks. In various story arcs, Choo-kyung encounters those who do not have a very attractive appearance, yet are extremely talented in other areas. One of them is Han Ko-eun, an exceptional singer chosen as the main female lead in a school play. After Ko-eun overhears the other students criticizing her for her lack of beauty, she explains her situation to Choo-kyung, who then decides to help her by giving her a makeover. At the performance, Ko-eun's beautiful singing, combined with a new appearance, shocks the crowd, showing how much they misjudged her by seeing her only through her bare face. But while the webtoon teaches viewers not to judge unattractive people solely by their appearance, it also teaches them not to judge attractive people solely by their beauty. This is something Choo-kyung's older sister is quick to learn after going on a blind date with Choo-kyung's homeroom teacher. Despite having a flattering appearance, the teacher's self-centered attitude and terrible eating etiquette demonstrate how one's beauty does not guarantee that one is a good person or has a good personality. However, it is the K-drama adaptation's failure to properly address the themes of societal beauty standards and the issue of lookism that proves it to be unfaithful to its original. Although it has a cast of well-known actors such as Moon Ga-young for Choo-kyung and Chan-woo for Suho, this adaptation is a cheesy, overly comedic version of the original. True Beauty, the K-drama, fails to serve its original purpose of warning people against the dangers of lookism, which means that it does not encourage the audience to find what is true beauty. The love triangle between Choo-kyung and the two other male leads becomes the focus for the majority of this K-drama. While the webtoon devoted an equal amount of time to develop Choo-kyung's relationship with both male leads, the K-drama made it obvious that Suho, the one who first learned the secret, was the better option. Seo-jun, the second male lead, is given the bad boy treatment, and even rides a motorcycle unlike his original counterpart, which does not do his character justice. He only annoys Choo-kyung at the beginning of the series, and does not stop bothering her, despite her telling him to lose interest in her many times. This makes his character unlikable and difficult to compare to the seemingly flawless Suho, which is why the attempted love triangle failed in the drama. In addition, it does not give Jugun respect as a protagonist. She is often shown as extremely clumsy, tripping over her legs multiple times and suffering through extremely embarrassing situations. When Jugun's bare face is close to being revealed at the drama's beginning, it is executed with almost no tension. A corny kiss between her friend and her boyfriend compels a classmate to smash a cake at them, missing and hitting Jugun instead. This almost leads to Jugun's worst nightmare becoming a reality, but she runs out of the room with her face covered in cake, chased by classmates who won't leave her alone despite the visible stress she is experiencing. This scene could have created a sense of fear and anticipation in the audience by making it appear more believable. While the webtoon included comic relief and hilarious situations that balance with its theme, the K-drama's aimless comedy only attempts to break serious concepts and scenes. With cringy and unnecessary references to other dramas, such as Goblin, Extraordinary You, and Crash Landing on You, it draws attention away from its main message of preventing lookism. Despite being called True Beauty, it has a diminished focus on beauty standards and Jugun's harshness of fitting into society. The True Beauty webtoon finds its way into audiences' hearts with its compelling characters and meaningful message. Much like the characters in the story, readers develop a desire to root for Jugun's journey, to find what it means to accept herself. Although its K-drama adaptation had the potential to explore the themes of its original in unique ways that the webtoon couldn't possibly achieve, Jugun's overarching narrative about her traumatizing past, which caused her to be self-conscious about her beauty, is nothing more than a plot point rather than the story's central idea. But for the readers who are willing to experience Jugun's 250-episode story, you will not be disappointed to learn just how much one can discover about others if they are willing to judge them by their character rather than by their physical beauty. Thanks for listening. Leave a comment down below or contact me through feelslikeliterature@gmail.com. Next up, our topic of discussion will involve one interesting classical music anime that shows us how classical composers were no less human beings who struggled than they were geniuses. I hope this episode will change your perspective on the lives that they led, and I will see you next time.